Today's school lunch challenge, or should I say breakfast, we were given some milk, some orange juice, some strawberry flavored craisins, a cheese stick, and a cinnamon pull-apart pastry. So we are going to use all of these items today. So we're going to use the cinnamon pull-apart pastry, the cheese, and the craisins to make cookies. So you are going to need your oven. We are going to get started. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to grate your cheese stick very carefully because it's pretty soft and there's not that much of it. So really watch your fingers, but you do want to grate it as opposed to shred it because we are going to melt this down in the microwave. This is going to be the base for our cookie, and you know what? You're not even going to taste it. So you're going to get your calcium, your protein from your cheese stick, and nobody's going to have any idea that it's in there. So I just let that piece fall. We're going to go ahead and take all of our cheese and place it into a microwave safe bowl that I can do all of my mixing. Okay, so right like that. And to that, I'm going to add in 1 tablespoon of the school milk and a half a tablespoon of butter. And I'm going to put this in the microwave for 30 seconds. Then I'm going to use a spatula to soften it, move it around, and then continue on for 20 seconds. Same thing, spatula, move it around, and then another 10 seconds, move it around. We want to pulse it because cheese will burn in the microwave, so we do not want that to happen, but we want to melt our cheese. While that cheese is melting in the microwave, we're going to take our pastry, and I did not use this right away. I actually let it sit a little while, so it got a little dry, which is a good thing. I'm going to take my box grater again and very carefully grate the pastry. Be really careful when you're doing this so that you don't get your fingers close. But we do want to try to grate it down as best we can. You're going to have some chunks that fall. That's okay. Continue on. I just pushed it together so I had the 2 pieces, made it a little bit more. And grate this completely down and get that ready for the base of our cookie. I finished grating my pastry. If you have a couple of big lumps that really are too big for the mixture but will not be able to shred by hand, just set them aside. To our cheese mixture, we are going to go ahead and add in 1 egg, and stir that around. 2 teaspoons of white granulated sugar. Okay, so we just stir that around. So 2 teaspoons of white granulated sugar. And 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, because soda will spread the mixture versus baking powder, which will puff it up. So we're going to mix that around, start to activate that, really get that egg broken up, and then add in all of our dry pastry mixture. We don't need to add any cinnamon because there's cinnamon in the pastry. If you would like to, you could add up to 1/4 teaspoon. Mix that all around to form a dough, a cookie dough. And we're going to really mush that back and forth. We want to really hydrate any of the larger chunks of the cinnamon mixture. To that, we're going to add in an entire small package of our craisins. So we're going to open those up, add them right in, and stir that around. Make sure that those craisins are evenly distributed. And we have some cookie dough. So from here, we're going to go ahead and refrigerate this covered for 30 minutes because that is going to allow time for any excess liquid, it's quite wet, to soak into the pastry batter. So let's go ahead and put this in the refrigerator for 30 minutes. So our mixture has sat for 30 minutes, and we're going to take our tablespoon measure and get our cookies scooped out onto our sheet pan. So scoop it in there, nice rounded scoop. Try to make them all the same. Once you get them all out on the pan, We're gonna put a little water into this same bowl and stick our fingers in it and kind of pat down our cookies because these will not spread that much. We don't have that much sugar in there to make them spread because we do want to continue to keep this as a breakfast cookie. It was given to us for breakfast. So we want to make sure that it's healthy enough for us to eat at breakfast time. So right now we have used that pastry, but more importantly, we use the cheese and the craisins and a little bit of milk in there. So I'm going to just finish that off. And I've got my 6 cookies right here, tablespoon dollops, and I'm gonna get a little bit of water and just press them down with my finger. I just put a little bit of water in here and I'm gonna just take my spatula, press these down to flatten. You can use your fingers as well. Make them into cookie shapes. If you see a little bit of pastry, that's okay. If you had some apple, you could put some apple in. That would be nice too. A little grated apple in here. Really make it nice and healthy. And make those cookies look round. We're gonna put this in a 325-degree oven for 10 minutes. So make sure you have permission to use that oven. If not, wait until a parent or guardian comes home so you can have nice warm cookies in a fraction of a time. So let's put these in the oven. After 10 minutes, I check them in the oven. I let them go another 2 minutes, so anywhere between 10 and 12 minutes, depending on your oven. They came out. I let them cool slightly on the pan, and they are still nice and warm. They're soft. They're amazing. How cute is that? 6 little cookies, school lunch challenge, or should I say breakfast challenge. Accepted, completed, delicious. And I certainly would eat these for breakfast. Enjoy.